Tell you what we'll do, folks. We'll start off with Nigel. That's Nigel Farage. As much as anything else, because it's getting a bit of traction here on the channel, but also because I've heard a couple of things today that I thought, oh, that doesn't sound right. I'm not so sure about that. I've heard today that a couple of, Labour politicians have asked for him to be removed from the I'm a Celebrity. They want him out of there. They're saying he's just racist, he's trying to whip up a storm and he's in there for his own agenda. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't watch it. I really don't. You know, I keep saying this, and I mean that, folks. I've never watched an episode of it in my life. But I hear snippets the following day as to what's been on the television that you've seen yourselves, and I hear bits on the daytime shows. Not heard much today about what was happened last night. I don't even know. But I heard this on YouTube about these politicians wanting him out. And I thought to myself, well, in the bits I've heard him falling out with that, is it black girl? I don't know her name. She's a YouTuber, Instagram person, Twitter, tweeter, whatever she is, X. She does all that palaver. Anyway, what he said to her, I didn't say anything racist there, as I've covered about a week ago. You know, I think he said he needs to end this migration and have people coming over in the boats in the hundreds and the thousands. She turned it round and, well, I'm an immigrant, so you don't want me here. And he said, no, that's not the case. He said, what I'm saying now is, it's gone too far. We need to curb it. I didn't think that was being racist. Some made it, but I didn't think it. And she just tried to pick an argument with him like she did with the French bloke the day before. And she thinks because she shouts louder than him, she's going to get heard and people are going to like what she's saying. I don't think it worked for her because she got heard, but I don't think anybody liked what she said. I thought it was all drivel, to be honest with you, like it was the night before when she argued with a fella off the Channel 4 show. But anyway, I don't think he said anything particularly racist in there. Yeah, he's got his views. He's very opinionated. I don't mind that. I'm that myself. You know, we may have differing views, but I don't mind someone with an opinion. But they're calling him racist, and I'm thinking, well, I've not seen that. And look, folks, I'll say this and I'll say it again. I've said it many times. Firstly, I don't watch I'm a Celebrity. Never have. Secondly, I'm non-political. When I say that, I don't vote for anybody. And that's because I don't believe in any of them. The party leaders in Sunak and Starmer, I don't trust as far as I could throw. If you said to me now, right, next year we're going to have Sunak, Starmer or Farage running this country, I don't know what party Farage would be presiding over to run the country, but I'd pick Farage. And I'd pick him because at least I think he's got some kind of an idea. And what I like about him is he'll tell you what he thinks and he'll stand by what he says. Even if everybody doesn't like it, he'll tell you what he thinks, he'll say what he's going to do, and he'll go and do it. And ultimately, he'll fall on his own sword if it doesn't work out, and if it does, we'll all say, great, this is a breath of fresh air, he's done what he says he's going to do. You know, instead of being lily-livered and not carrying things out, or instead of changing with public opinion. The leader of the country's got to be just that, a leader. And they've got leaders, and at the moment, I don't think there's anyone within those two major parties that are leaders. I really don't. But I'm also hearing that, as I say, that he's racist. And I heard a snippet again, 3 minutes, that's all it was, folks, 3 minutes. I got 3 minutes of an interview with his girlfriend. And as she's talking, I thought, I missed her name at the start, I don't know her name now, I'm thinking, she doesn't sound very English to me. She was white, but I thought, no, she doesn't. And then I think she mentioned, I think she's French, and I thought, well, if Nigel's racist, why would he go out with a French girl? And I know what you'll all say, oh no, he doesn't mind her because she's white. It's blacks that he doesn't like. And I thought, no, I'm not having that. I've never seen any evidence that tells me that about him. If I find it and I hear it and it becomes true that he is, then I won't like the fella. You know, racism's wrong in all forms, I believe. As I've said in the past, I don't care what skin colour yours is, whoever you might be, man, woman, boy, girl, whatever you are. If I like you, I like you, regardless of what your skin is. And I would hope Nigel would be the same. You know, but I'm thinking, well, you can't be racist if you're going with a girl that isn't English. But people don't want to see that, do they? They just want their own agenda and decide within their own mind what a person is or what it isn't. And then when they don't like someone, they want to jump on that person and they want to invite everybody else who doesn't like that person to jump on with them. What do they call it? The cancel culture. Yeah, well, I'm not having that. I think it's a load of crap. I mean, if you're a decent person, you're a decent person. If you're not, you're not. Now, in my paper today, there is a 2-page piece with his mother. Didn't even know his mother was still alive. Not had a chance to read it today. Saturday's a busy day for me. But I'm going to read it. And if there's any nuggets within there, I'll tell you what they are. Because I thought, well, it'd be interesting. I'd like to read that. And I'd like to see where old Nigel's come from. I know where he'll come from. I've seen the picture of his mother. And I know how it happens. I know all that. Don't worry about that. But I want to see how he's been brought up and see what his mother's like and form an opinion on her. You know, But yeah, I'm thinking to myself, why don't they just leave him alone? You've got so many people who didn't like him since he went in there, and they're desperate for him not to win. Well, be desperate for nobody to win. Let's just see who the public vote for. Let's just see who's the most popular. And I'm sure the most popular will win it with a bit of luck. You know, not that I watch it, but with a bit of luck. And hopefully the most popular for being the most decent person, or likeable, or friendly, or helpful person. But all I will say is, I've seen Nigel in there now with 2 or 3 arguments, but I don't think he's really started any. I think there's people in there trying to pick fights. And you know Nigel's going to stand his corner and tell you what he thinks. You know, and I think they tried to use that against him, but I think he's been pretty clever. I think he's kept it low, his voice that isn't like myself. He's not argued with them, he's not been nasty, he's just been pretty clever and talked in a sensible, normal voice, and I think he's made most of them look a fool that I've took him on, because he's a pretty clever fellow, and all said and done, for all a lot don't want to admit it. But, no, pick a fight with him if you've really got a fight to have with him, if you really think he's done or said something wrong, but don't do it for the sake of it. I think that's what many are doing. I think that's where they're going wrong. As I said yesterday, I think he gets in the top 3 or 4. And if he gets in the top 3 or 4, we're in ITV are trying to keep his coverage to a minimum. They're going to have no choice then but to have him on the screens even longer. Because if they don't, it'll show a definite bias if there's only 3 or 4 left and we never ever see anything of Nigel. Anyway, we'll see what happens further down the line, won't we? That's it from me on this one.